Hello everyone, myself Kalichalvi, working as an assistant professor in the Department of Mechatronics Engineering for past 10 years. Today we are going to study an important electrical machine used in many drive system, the DC motor. So, a DC motor converts electrical energy into mechanical energy using electromagnetic principles. So, DC motors are widely used in the industrial drives, electrical vehicles, robotics, and in automation systems. So, the major advantage of the DC motors are high starting torque, it has easy speed control, and precise performance characteristics. So this is the main part of the empathy in the design thinking. So this is the design thinking process, 5 stages: empathize, define, ideate, prototype, and testing. So now let us understand the constructions of DC motors. So DC motor mainly consists of 4 important parts. So first one is stator. The stator is a stationary part of the motor which produces the magnetic field required for operations. So second one is a rotor or armature. So this rotor is a rotating part of the motor which contains the armature winding where current flows. Third important part is commutator. The commutator reverses the current direction in the armature coils, which helps maintain the continuous rotation. Final one is brushes. So brushes are carbon contacts that supply current to the rotating armatures. So next one is now we let us look at the each components of the stator, that is field poles, field windings, yoke or frame, and then pole shoes. So field pole are electromagnetic poles that produces the magnetic field. So the field windings are copper coils wound around the poles. When DC current flows, they create the magnetic flux. Yoke or frame called as the outer frame of the motor, which provides the mechanical protection and also the magnetic path for flux. And then pole shoes. These are shaped pole faces that ensures uniform air gap between the stator and rotor. This improves the magnetic flux distributions. Second part is rotor or armature construction detail. So armature core, armature winding, shaft, commutator segments are the important components of the rotor. So armature core is made up of laminated steel sheets. Lamination helps to reduce eddy current losses here. And the armature windings are copper conductor placed in slots of the armature core. These carry current and interact with magnetic fields to produce the torque. So the shaft contains and transfers mechanical power to the load. And then commutator segment having the copper segments insulated from each other, they help reverse current direction during the rotation. Third one is commutator and brushes. So the commutator and brushes together perform an important function called commutation. So the commutator consists of copper segments mounted on the rotor shaft which insulated from each other. So brushes are made up of carbon or graphite, so which maintains the electrical contact with the commutator. Their main purpose is to supply current and reverse its direction in the armature coil. So this ensures the continuous torque. Here principle of operation. So the working principles of DC motor is based on electromagnetic force. When a current carrying conductor is placed in a magnetic field, it experiences a force. This force causes the rotation on the armature. So there are some simple steps involved here. That is, a DC supply is applied to the armature through brushes, and then current flows through the armature conductor. Here magnetic field is produced by stator poles. The interaction between the current and magnetic field produces the electromagnetic force. This force generates the torque. causing the motor to rotate. So this commutator ensures a continuous unidirectional rotation. So this is the operation, and the DC motor is mainly working based on the Fleming's left hand rule. This direction of force is determined by the Fleming's left hand rule. Thumb, forefinger and middle finger. Thumb is noted as direction of the force or motion. Forefinger for direction of magnetic field. Middle finger is for direction of current. Okay, so this rule helps determine the direction of motor rotation. And the DC motors are classified based on the field winding connections, that is series motor, shunt motor, compound motor, permanent magnet motor. So field windings in series with armature is called series motor, which produces the very high starting torque. And then field windings connected in parallel means it is called shunt motor, which provides nearly constant speed. Compound motor is nothing but combination of series and shunt winding, which balanced performance. Permanent magnetic motor uses the permanent magnets instead of field winding, which is compact and efficient design. And then performance characteristics. Here the important performance parameters include the speed characteristics and the torque characteristics. Speed is approximately given by n directly proportional to V minus Ia into Ra divided by 5. So speed depends on voltage, armature current, resistance and flux. So torque is proportional to flux into armature current. So this means torque increases with current and magnetic flux. And then efficiency. Here efficiency is equal to output power divided by the input power. Losses affecting the efficiency, which includes the copper loss, iron loss, and then mechanical losses, and then stray losses. Okay, so this is speed torque characteristics. So different motors behaves differently. That is series motor, high starting torque, speed increases with load. For shunt motor, nearly constant speed. Compound motor combines of both the characteristics. So more selection depends on required speed torque performance. So this is the mind map for DC motor. So let us summarize the points. DC motors converts electrical energy into mechanical energy. The main parts includes the stator, rotor, commutator, and then brushes. And then operations follows the Fleming's left-hand rule. Different types provides the different speed or characteristics. So DC motors are widely used in industrial drives and then automations. So this is about the characteristics and working principles of DC motor. Thank you.